We're in our 111th month of economic expansion, second of all time of 33 expansions since 1854. We got 9 months to go before we hit 120, which is the longest expansion, and most likely we're going to make that by June of 2019. For 2018, we're looking at just under 3% rate of growth for the state GDP, and that'll be the first time we've seen that since before the Great Recession. And we're going to get a taste of what 3% growth feels like this year. And the good news is that when you have a 3% rate of growth, you get a lot of jobs being created. And for the first time since 2006, we're going to go over 100,000 jobs created this year, almost 130,000 by the time December rolls around. And we've already created almost 80,000 of those jobs in the first 7 months of the year. So most of them already happened. It's almost a guarantee that we'll pass the 100,000 mark between now and December. So the economy is doing real well in 2018. It's kind of benefiting by the Trump bump, if you will, with the income tax reductions that took place in January. And it seems to be going along pretty well. The good news is that for 2019, it's likely this is going to continue, but not at quite as fast a pace. I think that the tax cuts and some of the regulation reductions that have taken place in the last year and a half or so have given us a bump, but it's not going to be something that is sustainable long term. So by 2019, we'll see a little bit of a decline in GDP growth from 2.9 down to 2.8. And we'll see a job growth drop down from 129,000, almost 130,000, down to about 123,000. So it'll be a little bit of fewer jobs created in 2019 than were created in 2018. But again, this will be the first time that we've actually had two years in a row where we've generated more than 100,000 jobs in the last 3 decades. So this is quite an experience, if you will, and probably the best economic experience that 2 years put together that we will have had in the 21st century.